Don't start telling me that you prefer bottled beer over draft beer. Just don't do it. Don't. You don't have a leg to stand on. You don't have an argument. There isn't a rational explanation to back up your preference. Look, I understand that sometimes you don't feel like a full pint, and you don't want to order a half pint and risk being mocked by your pot-bellied pals who sling back gallons of the stuff as though it's breast milk and they're newborn babies. Look, I understand that sometimes you find yourself in a place that has a poor selection of beers, or their draft isn't cold enough, or they don't sell enough of it for it to be any good. In any of these instances, you should simply relocate to a different pub where they actually sell things people want to drink. What I'm addressing here is a very specific breed of beer drinker. The one who only drinks bottled beer and refuses to drink draft beer under any circumstances and attempts to convince themselves and anyone who will listen that it gives them diarrhea, an upset stomach, or somehow doesn't agree with them in some way. These are the same kind of people who go to a foreign country and only eat food that they recognize, consider subtitles an effort, and only believe what they hear if it already conforms with their skewed, bigoted ideology. They are, in short, total fucking morons who wish to use a bottle of the cold stuff as a prop or a fashion accessory. Here are the simple facts. Beer in a bottle is exactly the same as beer in a keg. Let me just repeat that for emphasis here. Beer in a bottle is exactly the same as the beer in a keg. The only difference is that beer in a bottle can be negatively affected by being exposed to light. So you can actually change the chemical composition of the beer and give it that skunky taste you sometimes get with beer from a bottle. This cannot happen to beer in a keg. Beer in a bottle retains more of its carbonation once it's been opened than a pint of beer does after it's been poured, because it has a smaller gap from which to evaporate. That's why bottled beer appears to be fresher, bubblier, whatever. Whereas in actual fact, what you're doing when you drink it is just consuming more of the CO2, which leaves you feeling bloated and makes you drink slowly. The reason you feel shit after drinking draft beer is because it goes down so sweetly. And then, because it goes down so sweetly, you end up drinking more of it and you exceed your actual capacity for beer and drink twice as much. And then, the next day, you wake up and feel like shit and blame the draft beer. Read a book. Please, just one book. Even if it's a shit book, just try it. Try it out. It's kind of like a film, only you have to read all the lines for all the characters and imagine the scenario in your mind.